Hello and welcome. This is MrEarling and this is episode 5 of my Let's Play on the Technical Beast server. We're on the FTB Unleashed pack. And yeah, I played a fair bit since our last episode, and I kind of just want to get into showing you the updates and the changes. I saw at spawn, for the Tinker's Construct, what do you call this thing? The smeltery? Well, you can make, you can put a hopper right underneath the block maker that makes the blocks. It's basically a cube mold, and the hopper will automatically take the item. And then I was like, well, how do you automatically make it dispense? So I decided to do it with this. So what you can do is just put a tool in there and make it click. It'll fill up. The visual glitch is kind of just a lag thing. When it fills up, it will solidify, and then the hopper will take it away, and then this will add more again as needed. So I thought that's a really cool idea. To turn it off, I just use the redstone button there. So this is called the tool dynamism. It's one of the extra mods. The Atomic Tinker. It's with the golems. It's way down here somewhere. There it is. So it's a stationary animation. So you basically put a tool in there, and it'll right click or left click as much as you want. So that's really cool. Let's go back up to the laser room. I added a few more force engines here, mostly because I have all the force shards and don't know what to do with them. And this is about the same. So when I built this last time, I had the problem where I had the stick recipe right above the wood recipe. But when items go in this output slot, they can be used by another nearby automated advanced crafting table. So the result from this one would get poured into this one. And then the crafting system would be like, well, the items are lost, so what do I do now? So if you're going to copy this method, you got to make sure that the adjacent recipe, like this one using paper, does not use gears as a resource, or this one makes sticks, but this one doesn't use sticks, or the gears don't use sticks either. So just keep that in mind, that you don't want two recipes side by side that will rob each other's inventories. My input chest is getting very full. I'm trying to get rid of all the apples and carrots. I have been storing them in other places. Yeah, to do that, you just go Control Q, click on the item, and it will throw it back in the... Oh, dang, all these potatoes and carrots keep going back here. So we gotta find a new home for that. Let's look in... So I have a few of these chests set up that are getting more full. Like I said, really disorganized. So I'm going to try to remove all the potatoes and carrots from my garden. mostly because I can't use them. Oh, and one more thing, I came up here to get some facades, mostly for my farm. So let's go down and see the farm. It's just a basic golem farm. Oh, and I also have that built too, but let's look at this first. The problem being with golems is that they don't get along with buildcraft pipes. If they try to path through the pipe, they'll just get stuck in it, just like chickens will. So to fix that, you can put facades on the bottom here, and that way this is a solid block. They can't go through it. They can't jump too high like I can, so that'll keep them from pathing over that block. And they're still finding potatoes to harvest. So yeah, that's my little farm at night. All these items are coming up this transport pipe, and what do you know, there's some more new stuff in there too. So I'm gonna make a dedicated potato and storage bin, and to do that I'm gonna need some more chassis pipes, and I should upgrade like these last couple chests over here. Okay, one more little thing. You're probably wondering, this has changed a little bit. I've kind of turned on some auto crushing and smelting here. Basically, I'm using a normal basic logistics pipe to attract these ores. When they enter the system, they'll go to these places, and the dust as well. So that's kind of nice to have for that. The new thing I did build is this block, which is the crafting table for logistics pipes. It's a brand new block that I haven't used before, but it's basically the old Red Power project table combined with the requesting features of a request pipe. And you don't need a wrench in your hand. Like, I just use a shovel, I can still access it, which is kind of nice. Let's get about four chassis pipes. And then what we're going to do is convert these into the chassis. So I think I want to make one Mark III, which is iron. Oh, it uses half as much iron. Might as well. So I'm also making the iron chipsets, iron ingots. Let's request some of that stuff. Still, by habit, I switched to my wrench. Oh, I don't have very many. So I don't have chipsets as my request capability right now. Not yet, anyways. So let's just make some normal chassis pipes until I can make the good ones. And then if you're missing any items from that particular recipe, you just hit the request button. It'll add more of the missing ingredients that you need to make what you're looking for. The only thing about this is you can't shift click in and out of this inventory. Like, I'm holding shift, doesn't click. And when you place items, you can't drag select, you just have to drop one item at a time. So it's a couple things to consider. Oh, and this X button here basically is a way of dumping items back into the logistics system. So if you want to get items later, like, I always put the logistics pipes back in because it's part of another recipe. Okay, so I have these. Be quiet. Oh, and this one too. Okay, that's exactly what I needed. Next, we're going to have to make the modules. So I have a feeling I got to get some more iron chipsets created. Because, yeah, we're out. Okay. And right now I don't have any lasers. I have a feeling I'm going to move these two for now. Okay. Well, I just moved them. I had a feeling. I did it. Okay, that's using a lot more power. But for what I need, let's see. Oh, unfortunately, can't use any eye while you're using the table anymore. So if you're having problems remembering recipes, it might be a little bit of an issue. Submodule. Luckily, most of these are fairly simple. So I like making provider modules, and they require the gold and lapis. What else? And I need to make the polymorphic item sync, and they use the iron chipsets, which we have no more of, but luckily we can make iron gears. So we'll crest 4 of these, and then we'll jump back up on here. And now I only have 2 lasers doing the job of the crafting, but I think maybe 2 is enough. Yeah, it takes significantly longer than before, but that's not bad. Let's go back now and see what's in here. So I got 2 of the gears. And this. Oh, right. When you use the gear, it takes a lot more material. I remember that now. Yeah, I need redstone as well. And the orange dye. I have redstone here? No, but I can request some. Orange dye. Redstone. And let's take a little bit of this. Craft up a little bit more orange dye. Yeah, you can't shift click into this inventory either, unfortunately. So yeah, we got the modules, 2, 3, request. We're missing another blank module, but I have that in the crafting system right now. So it takes a couple of seconds for it to come back. Okay, I'm ready for the second recipe for the provider module. This allows what's in the chest to supply the logistics system whenever there's a request, kind of like what I'm doing right now. So I need more chipsets. Okay, so and then you're wondering, maybe if you haven't seen much with logistics pipes before, what is the other item that I was holding, the polymorphic item sync? Well, it's really cool item in that, say, it looks at what you have in that current inventory, and it will only add more items of the same type of what's already in this chest. The only downside is when you start, when you have a provider module on it, it'll pull out the items What the heck? It'll pull out the items in this chest, and then when the last item's pulled out, then you won't have the item to be put back in here later. You can remedy that by tweaking your provider module so that you'll leave leave one item per type. That way it'll take, if you're requesting dirt, it'll take all the dirt except one. It'll leave one in there so it remembers that, hey, I still use dirt here. So right click these to put the modules in, and it's ready to go. Oh yeah, like I don't know if there's something unique here like this music disc. See, that music disc is available right there thanks to the provider module. So yeah, I'm going to do the upgrade here. Ask for some iron. Gotta wait for it to come. There you are. Click, 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 click. 2 of these, please. Thank you. Iron chest upgrade. Iron chest upgrade. Thank you. Okay, I was just on a little sharp mining trip. Let's go back downstairs. I have a few more minutes left in this episode. I want to show you also what's going on down here. I have biogas engines. I don't really have a source of lava, but I've been using these thermal expansion tanks. They hold 4 buckets, and it's just enough to get these started. This is something I really want to play with soon, that I won't get into that. It's the new MFS system. This is my multi-block forestry farm, and it has the farm in the middle. I've got intricate circuit board with peat bog and tree farm. Initially when I started, it was all tree farm, and it was so fast I could hardly keep up with the thing. So I switched half of it to peat bogs just so I have like another source of power in my base. So this is the underside of the tree farm. When you make the farm blocks, you need enough to make a solid 3x3 by 4 high structure. You need to make this control block. You need to make a hatch, and on this side here you need to make a gearbox. And then also there's the bottom, which you can't see because it's covered up, but there's a valve farm block as well. As you can see, it creates a lot of stuff. And right now I have my wood storage going down, so let's have a look at this. I have 4 coke ovens, or coke ovens, and they all have crafting pipes. There's my wrench. So the crafting pipe, it's a little tricky with these, because you want to add the wood at the top, so you need a satellite pipe. Sorry about the jumping. So this is satellite ID number 2. So how this works is you look at your satellite pipe. The input item has to go into satellite pipe number 2, and the output is the coal. You put the crafting pipe on the output side, and then it will collect the item when it's created. So right now it's stuffing all the wood it can in there. These are slowly building up with creosote, and with the creosote I think I'm going to build like a little tiny boiler to just burn that up. And then this last one is for making coal into coal coke. and they're all using the same type of system. And I've had wood flying all the way upstairs and all the way back downstairs, and it's kind of annoying. So what I'm doing here is I have a kind of intermediate wood storage and reed storage. This is also the input for my farm. As you can see, I'm still getting a ton of carrots and potatoes. It's mostly carrots and potatoes. I don't see any wheat coming in. The reed can stay here. That's going to be more fuel for the fermenter later. And then finally here I have carpenter. This is making the bog earth. And also I got a squeezer which makes apple juice, and I should just pump all the mulch out of there, because for now I'm just using a provider pipe, but I'm using less mulch than I create with my tree farm. Like, I make more apples, so I get more mulch than I use up in the carpenter for my peat bog. Just put it that way. For now, to remedy that, I can just yank the mulch out and stuff it in the carpenter. And so this is automatically crafted using this pipe here. Forestry farms, like carpenters, they're non-standard as crafting tables, so you basically have to manually set the inputs here and put the output here, and then once you set that, it'll send the proper ingredients into the inventory here. It gets crafted, it grabs the results there. As you can see, this supplier pipe here adds fertilizer, dirt, and bog earth. That's the only thing that you need to supply the farm. It's so much simpler than in the past, which you need this like piping spaghetti to like get everything correct. And to this fermenter, I am supplying fruit juice. You get a lot more biomass out of your saplings if you use like a non-standard liquid like water. But it's always the case with my tree farms. I end up with like so many extra apples, I don't know what the heck to do with them. So yeah, that's that. And the piping goes around the back here and up there. Oh, and you're probably wondering, I kind of surrounded my entire tower base with this nether rack fortress looking thing. It's really hard to navigate around. I'm gonna like pretty this up as I work on it. Was my tree farm hooked up? I think the gearbox was hooked up. Yeah, so it's receiving power. The only thing about the 3 coal coke ovens down here, the coke ovens, is that they're really slow, and this process to turn oak wood into charcoal is not fast enough for all those steam engines upstairs to keep up. So if I end up having extra wood in the system, let's just see how much wood there is right now. 269, which is not too much. If I ended up with like an overabundance, I think what I'm going to do is set up another crafting. I don't know how I'm going to do it, because I think you could put the crafting pipe on the bottom. It'll still act like a normal logistics pipe for anything else, but for the one recipe that I do need, which is turning wood into coal, it can use that. So the thing that actually makes those those crafting recipes work for the coke ovens downstairs is this pipe here. It's always requesting 64 charcoal and 64 coal coke. So the provider pipe will let the system use the items in this particular chest. So right now there's only that much charcoal, that much coal coke, and then when these are satisfied by the supplier pipe, then the crafting will stop downstairs. But then these engines are constantly asking for charcoal. How come they're not asking for charcoal right now? I don't get it. I guess because that trumps this, and then you're not going to have a loop. I didn't know it worked that way. So yeah, I only have a couple force engines, my biogas engine's downstairs. Looks like this crafting's done. I'm going to end the episode here because this is about the right length of time. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit a like, just to help me out. If you don't like what I do, leave a comment and say, what are you doing? That sort of thing. Any activity is appreciated whatsoever. So thanks for watching and take care. See you next time. Bye bye.